Good morning, everybody.
That's
you
Steve
are now
Harvey.
tuned in to the Steve Harvey Sandy
Mr.
Show.
Chapel.
Oh man, more of me, more of my crew.
Well, God bless you. I'm back. This is God's man, Mr. Chapel. Just want to share another video. The more I think about it, the reason I'm sharing these videos are to let people know how far God has brought me. If everybody was to think about it, God has brought you a mighty long way. I'm not where I really want to be financially, in life, but I'm not where I could be, which is dead, in prison, Anyway, today's story time is going to be another time I met an angel. Now, I come from this type of lifestyle. My mom, I really had a middle life bringing up, middle class bringing up. It wasn't really from the projects or from the hood. It was middle class. We did move to the projects. That's where, I really got into doing things, in the hood. Once I moved to the projects, wow, my mom being a single mother and me being a young black adolescent. I think I was only about 12, maybe, about 12 years old. And we moved to the projects. Then I start experiencing things, smoking marijuana, trying to get my mom to let me hang out past dark. I think we were there for about 4 years. And then my mom moved to California. We were in Champaign, Illinois, my hometown, in the Manors. So anyway, with all that being said, when I say I come from that type of background, you figure from 12 years old up until around 40, it was the hood for me. It was the hood. Fast forward, I'm in California. I'm hooked on drugs. I got hooked on drugs at the age of 17 years old. 17. Turned into a crackhead. I went to try to sell drugs, and we were making money. Everything was going good, and one of our partners were from Chicago, and he wanted to roll the crumbs up in some joints. The crumbs from the cocaine, cooked cocaine, up into joints. We smoking joints this big. After we bag up, and from that first hit, it was over for me. Money was out the door. And at that time, mind you, I'm making $3,000 a day. Myself, $3,000 a day. My best friend at that time, Tony Bailey, $3,000 a day. And the third partner, he's dead as well. His name was Bird. Can't really think of his whole name, but his name was Bird. He's dead. Tony's dead and he's dead. I'm the only one still living. But listen, 53 years old, 17 I got hooked on coke. From the time I hit that joint, I was thinking something's wrong. Something is in the way. I need to get to a pipe. This weed is blocking the effect of what I'm trying to feel. I like this feeling, you know. And man, from 17 until 40, I struggled, trying to stay off cocaine. So these times I'll be sharing are from some of my experiences in California. Now, I thank God for allowing me to go to California from my small hometown because I had growing sons and they're grown now, but if they would have saw me going through my addiction in California, because once California, if they would have saw me in Champaign is a small town, Champaign, Urbana, you know, yeah, it would have been probably a different sense of respect. My kids probably wouldn't respect me, you know, because they would have had to hear all growing up that their dad was a dope fiend, their dad was a cocaine head, a crack addict, and which I was, but God allowed me to go through all of that out in California, away from my kids. At the time when I did go get custody of my kids, he allowed me to get cleaned up for a while, long enough to get custody of them and, you know, spend some years in their life. So, but anyway, this is one time I was going to get some drugs from a blood neighborhood. I'm going down there to spend some money. I pull up on the guys. They arguing. Two guys arguing. And they decide they gon' do a fade. Take a fade. Do a one-on-one. Let's fade. That's what they said. Let's fade or something like that. So they wanted to fight. So right in front of me, they walked over to the stash. Now this is a group of about 6 or 7 guys. They walk over to some sod on the ground, lift up the sod, and throw their dope up under the side, lay it back down, and, you know, then start paying attention to me, asking me what I needed or whatever. You know, I went ahead and spent my money, but I saw where the drugs were. They left, went across the street and behind the house to do the fight. Man, listen, they left me with the drugs. Needless to say, I reached up under the side, grabbed me 2-3 bags. I'm talking about bags. You know, maybe about $3,000 worth of drugs. $1,000 each bag. Yeah, I grabbed it and got up out of there. I ran to the other side of town. I was in the drug house. We getting high, and And anybody come to the door, I serve them. You know, we getting high. Anybody come to the door, I serve them. Now, if you know anything about cocaine, you know that once you start to smoke it, it's hard to stop. It's hard to stop smoking. You really don't stop until you go broke, unless you a special guy. You know, I have met some people that can smoke cocaine, and you know, at least on that scene, it looked like he done left. He done came in, smoked him a couple rocks, sold him a couple rocks, and left with all his money, all his drugs, and everything. You know, he was a social crack addict, or a functioning crack addict. You know, he could get his money and get high. Me, on the other hand, you know, if I put it in my system, I couldn't stop until I was broke. I turned into a whole nother person. So anyway, back to the story. We were in the drug house, and we were getting high, and what happened was a white guy came to the door for a sale. He wanted to sell. He wanted to buy some drugs. I'm sorry. So we let him in. I never forget. He wanted to spend $60. Mind you, I'm getting high now. I give him the $60 worth of drugs. He give me the money. Once he gave me the money, he started talking about God. Now, I'm in a backslidden state now at this time. I done got saved in prison and came home from prison, a minister, full-blown minister. I didn't do nothing but study while I was in the joint. I thought that this was the plan. I thought I was going to be able to go to prison, hook up with me a bunch of citywide drug dealers, get out of prison, and become the Midwest Connection. You know, start getting my piece of the pie. That was the plan, right? But what happened was I went to prison, and then I got saved. I got saved. That's a whole nother story. But the white guy's at the door, and no, he's in the house now. He done bought his drugs, and now he starts to talk about God. Me and him get into a conversation about God. The next about 3 hours, me and him are in a full conversation about God's goodness, about how God watched over us, how he cover us, how he keep us, how he protect us, how he love us. I mean, for hours. No drugs being smoked. Now, I'm in somebody's house, so I'm paying them drugs to let me be there and sell. So I'm there, we talking about God. The people in the other room would holler out every 10 minutes, "Hey, we done ran out of drugs in here. This ain't no church." I would give them some more drugs, and me and them me and the white guy would continue to talk about God. This went on for about 3 hours, right? 3 hours. Then finally, after we was done, he got his drugs, got up, and left. I got up, went into the other room with the drug addicts. I mean, I was feeling so revived, so fresh, so just wow. Like, wow, did that really happen in the crack house? Did God really send a messenger to talk to me in the crack house? I mean, the man just started talking about God out of the blue. Once again, I believe it was an angel that God sent. Never saw him use the drugs. And I was never able to take another hit now. I had a pocket full of drugs. When I start smoking drugs, I can't stop until it's over, until I'm broke. I had a pocket full of drugs, and I did not take another hit for 3 hours talking about God. Yeah, God is real, man. God is real. If you give him a chance, man, he'll deliver you and bring you out. All right. So this is the second time I met an angel. The Bible says that the angels of the Lord stay encamped round about them who fear him, them who love him. Man. All right, I'm out.